you missed your 20x110 shot. Bonk. So hello gamers, sniper rifles is one of the most varied classes and has a lot of conversions. So today I thought I'd rank every sniper conversion, which I don't think anyone's ever done this before, at least not to my knowledge, which makes this a pretty cool guide video. So make sure to like and subscribe. Let's go for 10,000 likes on this video. Wait, 10? That's a lot, actually. Yeah, let's go for 10,000. I don't care. First up, we have the 375 SHATAC ammo type and the intervention. So this increases your handling, your RPM, and your velocity. However, it reduces your damage. Well, it reduces your torso kill range, but it doesn't really reduce damage, just the range at which you can deal that damage. So it actually makes you have a worse one-tap range by 60 studs, which is pretty bad. But you do shoot faster and you do walk and aim faster, and your bullets have less drop, which literally doesn't matter because the intervention, as I've said in the past, is the highest default velocity gun in the entire game. So is this really necessary? Not really, but I would say if you want a little bit of a faster intervention with really great, similar to what it normally has stats, where it actually has better velocity, this is not too bad. If you're like, intervention shoots too slow, then maybe get this conversion. However, not the best torso kill range. It's fine. 90 studs is fine. Like, I didn't torso kill there. And 150 is just better. So maybe consider not using this conversion, but maybe check it out. It's pretty good. I'd give this conversion a pretty solid, probably 8 out of 10. It's very good, but it's just not as good as the default ammo, in my personal opinion. Stop moving. Thank you. Svu has two conversions, one in ammo and one in other. The first one is 9.6 Lancaster, which is almost a ripoff WA2K. It has quite a bit of RPM 90 and a 50 stud torso kill range, and it one-shots to the head at any range. However, since the default gun has a 10-round mag and shoots faster and still one-taps to the head at most ranges, this isn't the most amazing game-changing conversion, but it's really good. If you don't want to pre-buy the WA2K, but you want a similar type of thing, this is really good. It doesn't have the best torso kill range or anything, but it's got a torso kill range, as you can see, and still shoots very fast and headshot kills at any range. I think the velocity isn't that great though. It's 2,200 with the long barrel, which is just absolutely atrocious, but it's actually really good. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because I think this is like top tier. I still kind of use the default SVU over it because of the faster RPM than 10 rounds, and it can still one-shot headshot. What are you doing in here, dude? But it has 90 RPM and it can one-shot torso and it can one-shot head at any range. Like, it's really good. I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. It's really, really good. Actually, I might switch over to it because I'm really liking it right now. Jeez. Our second conversion is one that I used to love, but now I hate. Absolutely, I hate this. It is the Svu Auto Conversion. It used to essentially make your gun automatic and give it about the same damage, but worse range. So essentially, you still could one-tap to the head and you had 650 RPM, but only 10 rounds, awful recoil. It was still really balanced, but now they're like, you know what? It shoots slower, it does way less damage, it does have lower recoil, I guess, but it doesn't do anywhere near as much damage. It used to be able to 2-tap torso, now it's like a 3-tap anywhere at all ranges, which is not bad, I guess, but it's like just this weird, like, 2-tap torso battle rifle DMR that's just not fun. I don't like it at all. It's pretty well balanced out, but like, please just give me the old 1-tap head with 10 rounds. It was balanced. It just wasn't necessary to completely change what this did. It can 1-tap to the head with 9.6 Lancaster, and you're like, okay, well, you get 10 bullets and 1-tap to the head, so it's basically the old version, right? Still does awful damage at range, as well as the fact that it has 425 RPM instead of 650. That's really bad. I give this conversion a 1 out of 10 because frick you, make it the good one again. In actuality, I would give it probably a 6 out of 10. It's not good, it's just decent. So for the BFG, we have quite a few different ammo types, and I'll talk about M903 Slap, 17 Incinerator, Dust Shot, and 416 Barrett all in this gun because it's about the same on all of the different 50 cals. 416 Barrett essentially will give you not a torso kill at any range, and the BFG used to be able to one-shot to the torso at any range, so now it can't pass a certain range while using the USAS, so that's pretty trash. You can't one-shot to the body at any range, so like it usually can. However, you get better penetration and velocity. It doesn't matter. This gun has 3,000 velocity and 10 studs of penetration. It doesn't need this. It's not awful. It gives it quite a bit of penetration and velocity. It gives it 1,000 more velocity. It's just a little bit redundant, so I don't think this is a great conversion. I give it probably 6 out of 10. It's fine. M903 Slap essentially gives you mad pen, 24 studs, and higher velocity, but no torso kill at any range, not even close range. So it's not that great, and it's very redundant once again because it's got 10 studs of pen. It doesn't need any more. Then you got Dust Shot, which actually can 3-pellet kill and has 18 pellets, and it does depend on the 50 cal. I'd say the M107 one is definitely the best. However, these are shotguns on sniper rifles, which means even though they're gonna one-tap, they don't shoot that fast. This one has 1 bullet, so it's not really that great. Then you have .17 in Incinerator, which has by far the fastest velocity in the entire game. On this one, it has 7,200 velocity. However, it does awful body damage and can only one-shot to the head, and it does about 50 to 40 damage to the body, which is absolutely atrocious. If you want literally no drop ever and a slightly faster reload, it's not bad technically. Once again though, it's kind of redundant. You don't need higher velocity. This gun already has 3,000. 7,000 is over double, but it doesn't really matter. And the default gun can one-shot body, so it doesn't really matter. Like, just go for the body and use the default ammo. I don't really understand this one too much. It's kind of a cool conversion. It just doesn't really work. 903 slap is like a 4 out of 10. Dust shot is like a 4 out of 10. 17 incinerator is like a 6 out of 10. Like, it's got a use, but it's not really that great for it. Then you got the AWM, which has 338 Norma, which is fine. It's just not really that great. It increases velocity and pen, and it gives you a better min damage range and better min damage. However, it gives you a worse torso kill range. So if you want to use an AWM for range, which I don't know why you would, then it's pretty decent, but I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's not bad at all, but it's just not that great. Then you got 308 Winchester, which is actually very good. This will give you increased velocity, but worse pen, as well as worse damage, but a better torso multi, so you can still one tap to the torso, but not quite as far. So about 40 stud torso kill range, but it's just really fast. This also gives you 10 bullets, so basically if you want still a torso kill range and an all range headshot kill and a better bolting speed, then this is really good. If you kind of think about it, Lancaster on the SVU is better, but we won't talk about that, I guess. If you don't want to use the AWS, this is good. AWS is kind of this, but a slightly better torso kill range and worse velocity, but this is still really good. It's essentially a good Mohsen. A Mohsen with a torso kill, better velocity, an extended magazine with the conversion, so you don't even gotta buy extended magazine, and unlike Mohsen 8mm, which has a torso kill, this one-shots to the head at any range. And also, the default Mohsen doesn't have a torso kill, so that's pretty good. Norma on the TRG is the same, essentially, as the AWM, but probably worse, because this is more of a torso killing sniper. It doesn't shoot that fast, so you want it to one-tap as much as possible. So this one's probably like a 5 out of 10 on this particular model. But the TRG 22 kit gives you a torso kill. It's not the best torso kill, it's probably like 65 studs. However, it gives you 10 bullets instead of 5 bullets, and pretty good RPM. Not as good as the AWM with the op conversion, but it has a better torso kill as well. So if you want a better torso kill, actually really good. I actually think this is one of the best conversions in the game. And it gives you really good handling as well. Like, look at this handling. It's good. I died. This conversion isn't underrated. I've seen people use it quite a bit. However, I think people need to use it a little bit more. Like, it's almost better than the default TRG, because the default TRG does have that limb kill range, but not a great torso kill range. This makes it handle and feel so much faster because it is so much faster. And it can still one-tap torso, so this is a 9 out of 10. It isn't an objective upgrade. That would be like the only 10 out of 10s I could give is like just objectively way better. Got him. But this is a 9 out of 10 because it's just really good. The second conversion is a conversion with a use. It is the TRGS, which will give you slower RPM, only 5 bullets, and a slower reload time, I believe. However, it will double your limb kill range from 30 to 60 studs, which is pretty nice. Basically, the TRG and the BFG are the only two sniper rifles that are able to kill to the limb, so if you shoot a guy in the foot, it'll kill them. The TRG can't do it that far. However, with this, it actually can one-shot to the foot to 60 studs, which is actually farther than some sniper torso kill ranges, but it doesn't shoot that fast. It only has 5 bullets, and it's very situational because 60 studs is not as far as you would expect. Plus, there's the fact that you can just shoot them in the torso and they'll still die, so it doesn't really matter. So with any other sniper, it's just going to be faster, and you're going to one-tap about as much. So I will be giving this one a 7 out of 10 because I still think it has a pretty nice use. The torso kill range is kind of dookie fart, though, for the RPM, and yeah, it's pretty good. Next up, we have the Mohsen. First off, we'll talk about 410. It's a trash shotgun conversion, like literally a 2 out of 10. It's really bad. However, 8mm. So essentially, 8mm gives you an 80 stud torso kill range, which is not bad, and it shoots very fast. However, you can't actually one-shot to the head at any range with this conversion, which makes it pretty much the only sniper except the SVU and some conversions that is not able to one-shot head at any range. And the headshot kill range is only like 150 studs, which is really bad, but it shoots fast, reloads fast, has bad velocity though, and can torso kill pretty far. So if you want essentially a torso kill on your Mohsen with some pretty massive drawbacks, it's not really too bad. You know, it's pretty good. I wouldn't super recommend it, but if you're not really that great with the Mohsen, but you still want to use the Mohsen, use this conversion. It'll make you kill more people. Next up, we have the Svds, and it has 9.6 by 53mm Lancaster. Same ammo type as the SVU, but does a vastly different thing, essentially the opposite. This gives you a 110 stud torso kill range and about 150 stud headshot kill range, and better pen, better suppression, but worse velocity, and you cannot one-shot to the head at any range. First of all, it only gives you a 5-round magazine. magazine. So instead of giving you a one-shot headshot at any range, it removes that ability, but it does give you a vastly improved torso kill range, and you keep the same RPM, which I find to be kind of interesting. Like, you don't lose any RPM, so it does shoot just as fast, and you have a better torso kill range. But the 5 bullets and the fact that you can't headshot kill at range, and the fact that the gun already had a one-shot to the torso makes this not as good as it could be. I'd say it's definitely still like a 7 out of 10. Like, it's really good, just not quite as good as the default gun, I would say, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know that many people that disagree with that opinion. It is a decent conversion. It's just not the best conversion in the entire game. Both of those shots would have one shot to the torso, and it would have had double the magazine capacity, so it's not really the best ammo type of all time. That didn't one shot. Not really the best torso kill range either. 110 studs, pretty good. Use the intervention though. Like, use the intervention. It's just good. Next up, we have the M1903, which has a big magazine, which is kind of cool. It makes you shoot a little bit slower, but you get 25 rounds, which is a lot. But the real conversion on this is the Peterson device, or I don't know what it is. Essentially, this is a weird DMR. This setup is not meant for recoil control. It's meant for being able to walk and aim fast. But as you can see, this is a semi-automatic 40-round sniper rifle. Pretty interesting. This is actually gonna get from me probably a 7. Yeah, 7 out of 10. It's not actually too bad. Like, people hate on it, but it's not too bad. It can 2-shot headshot to 100 studs, 3-shot anywhere in the body, 200 studs, and with a good setup has very low recoil, and it fires very fast for a semi-auto, almost to the point where it kind of feels like it's full automatic. And it's kind of just a DMR with 40 rounds. Not the best damage, and it really drops off at range, but it's pretty good. The FT300 has a lot of conversions, and most of them are not that great, so I'll go over them pretty quickly. 6XC conversion removes your torso kill. It does give you better velocity and pen. It's not really that great. 22LR locks you to having 1 bullet. It gives you 35 to 25 damage. This thing sucks. 4 out of 10 for this. 6XC is like a 5 out of 6 out of 10 actually. Then you got 7.5, which is essentially 6XC but more. This thing is probably another, you know, 5 out of 10. It's not good. But then 308, this is the one that people care about. This will give you about a 110 stud torso kill range. With marksman kit, that's not too bad. It does lower your velocity, and you can actually 3-tap to the limbs at range, which is not great, but it does have good torso damage, so it doesn't really matter. It's really closer range, but it's not too bad. You get a pretty good torso kill range. The long barrel nerf kind of hit this one. It used to have like a 130, now it has a 110. However, it's a 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 because it is essentially the good conversion. It is the direct upgrade conversion on the gun because you get a better torso kill range, still a headshot kill at range. Next up, the Shire Scout has 2 conversions. The first one is the 5.56 conversion, which makes it the Farge, so easily a 10 out of 10. Like, look at how fast it shoots. This thing does 50 billion damage, as you can see. Like, it always one-shots. It has 40 billion velocity and actually gets you aimbot, so that's pretty cool. The Farged is definitely the best gun in the game, and that's why I'm going to give it my first ever 22 out of 1. Yeah, I guess a 22 out of 1. It's that good. Make sure to check it out if you can, if you're worthy of carrying this gun. It will immediately eviscerate the unworthy in real life, so I don't really recommend it if you're not completely sure you're worthy of handling the gun. But yeah, we got 376 Shire, which gives you a decent torso kill range, very high velocity, and better limb damage. So essentially, you get a torso killing scout in close range with a 2-shot to the limbs, which usually it's going to be a 3-tap. However, higher recoil by a lot. And there's the fact that it does 19 minimum damage. So if you're not hitting headshots, it's going to be a 6-tap. Not good at all. A 6-shot on a sniper when it only has 5 bullets maximum, which means one of 2 things. Either you suck and you have to use it in close range only, or you're very good and you only hit headshots, so you can still use it at range. But this is more of a close range gun. It shoots extremely fast, so if you're pretty good, this can absolutely eviscerate. The default gun when you're hitting only heads is straight up just better. Same with 5.56. 5.56, you get essentially faster RPM, worse damage outside of headshots. So this is kind of the crutch conversion on the gun. I'm not gonna lie, I do way better with this than the default gun. But is it necessarily better? No, but it's still a 10 out of 10 because it makes the gun better for most players, so it's definitely gonna be the good conversion on this. 5.56 and defaults are also very, very good. 5.56, especially because of the Farged, is a 10 out of 10. However, even by default, like, you get 100 RPM and you can still one-tap. Then you have the WA2K, which has the 300 Win Mag conversion. Will give you a better torso kill range, but you will lose your headshot kill at range. You can 3-tap to the limbs at range, and you have worse velocity. Basically, this is a Mohsen 8mm, but on the WA2K. It actually increases your RPM by 10 for some reason. So you have a gun that fires faster, one-shots more, but does really bad at range. I'm gonna be real, this is another 10 out of 10 because you can use the WA2K at range. It's pretty good at range, not gonna lie. It has pretty high velocity and it shoots pretty fast. But the WA2K feels geared towards close range. It's kind of sluggish in terms of handling, but like for close range, it's amazing. Essentially a torso killing DMR, and this makes it torso kill more. So unlike Mohsen 8mm, which is okay, this is extremely good. Since it's semi-automatic, it's just a better gun. If you're going to be using this gun with a coyote and going closer range, use this conversion. If you're not, don't use this conversion. It sucks for range. So it's really what you want from the gun. But yeah, I think that most people probably prefer this for close range. I usually see this only in close range. The final one is the NTW. This has two conversions, 20 by 110 and 14.5 millimeter. 20 by 110 gives you only one bullet, but you can limb kill at any range. You have like 20 studs of pen, so if you want a gun that will never hit marker ever, 6 out of 10. Because here's the thing, if you're pretty good, this thing limb kills to like 250 studs, so it doesn't really matter like if you have an all range one past that, and it one-shots torso at any range and has 4 bullets, so you essentially just get 4 of these guys instead of 1. Is 20 by 110 good? But 14.5 is pretty interesting. 14.5 will give you double the pen essentially, 1,000 more velocity, and it will give you a better min damage range. However, you can actually lose your torso kill at very far ranges, but you can still limb kill up close. So if you're going to be going for like medium long range maps instead of just, you know, dunes and stuff like this, then 14.5 is very good. You can still limb kill up close when you really need to, but you'll torso kill extremely far, and you'll have very high velocity, and you get a little bit of extra bonus RPM with this conversion, so it's really good. The pen is also really good. Is it necessarily the best conversion on the gun? I'd say actually, yeah, it's a 7 out of 10, a little bit better. The default gun is still probably better, but this does fire slightly faster, have, of course, the crazy velocity more than the intervention, and it handles quite a bit better. It reloads so much faster, so I'd actually give it an 8 out of 10. Like, when it first came out, it was kind of now it's just pretty good. Not great for all range fights, but you can hit headshots with it pretty easily, so maybe great for all range. That wasn't a headshot? Come on. Oh, bonk. Like, I'm hitting headshots. Anyways, gamers, that's going to do it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to comment your favorite sniper rifle conversion down below. And like I said at the beginning of the video, let's go for 10,000 trillion likes. But I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, you missed your 20 by 110 shot.